You are here because a part of you knows it is time to rise beyond limitation and claim the power encoded within your mind and body. This is not surface-level information. This is a direct transmission to activate your highest potential. In this space, we will break down the mechanics of your quantum self with clarity, precision, and actionable tools designed to rewire neural pathways, elevate your energy frequency, and shift the structure of your reality. If you are ready to master the 10 essential areas that unlock focus, coherence, emotional regulation, and conscious creation, this is your next step. Subscribe now and step fully into this field of growth and awakening where transformation is no longer a concept, but a measurable reality. Take a breath, ground into this moment, and prepare to access the codes of your own consciousness. Your future is no longer waiting. It begins here. Number 1. Activate neural focus through intentional breath and steady awareness practice. When we talk about unlocking your inner power to shift reality, what we are truly exploring is the bridge between your biology, your consciousness, and the quantum field of possibilities that surrounds you in every moment. Today, I want to take you into the heart of this journey by guiding you to activate neural focus through intentional breath and steady awareness practice, because nothing shapes your reality faster than the quality of your focus. Focus is not just a mental skill, it is a biological event and an energetic transmission. It determines which neural circuits fire, which genetic expressions switch on or off, and which potentials crystallize from the quantum field into the material world. As Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Your focus is your frequency, your breath is your access point, your awareness is the steering wheel of your entire nervous system. Over the years, I've seen thousands of people struggle with focus because they were never taught that attention is not a mental muscle you grind to strengthen, but a state of coherent brainwave activity and body regulation that you can intentionally create. Science now proves what mystics have always known. Your breath is the most direct way to signal safety and presence to your brain, to quiet overactive circuits of fear, and to awaken higher-order networks of vision and creativity. Dr. Dispenza often says, where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and this is not a poetic idea, it is a neurophysiological fact. Every time you focus, neurons fire in precise patterns, and neurons that fire together wire together, creating stronger connections over time. The quality of your life is a mirror of the networks you reinforce. If you've spent years in distraction, stress, and reactive thinking, your brain has become highly efficient at running survival programs. The good news is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, never stops. Even in your later years, every breath you take is an opportunity to reprogram your mind, shift your vibrational field, and choose a new reality. This is where intentional breath becomes a technology of transformation. I want you to understand this deeply. When you breathe slowly, deeply, and rhythmically, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, signaling to your body that it is safe. Safety is the foundation of focus, because a stressed brain cannot sustain high-level attention. It is wired to scan for threats, not possibility. The moment you create physiological safety, your prefrontal cortex, the executive center of your brain, lights up, granting you access to expanded awareness, clear decision-making, and higher creativity. Breath is not just about oxygen. It's about electrical charge, pH balance, and biofield regulation. Each inhale pulls in not only oxygen but also life force energy, which is measurable as shifts in your heart rate variability and electromagnetic field. Bruce Lipton's work in epigenetics shows that your thoughts and emotions directly influence gene expression. Intentional breathing changes your emotional baseline, which means it is also altering which genes are active at this moment. This is real-time quantum biology. Awareness is the second key, and it is inseparable from breath. Steady awareness is what allows you to harness your breath as a conscious tool rather than an unconscious reflex. Most people breathe shallowly and unconsciously, and as a result, their mind is fragmented and unfocused. When you bring your awareness fully to your breath, you create a feedback loop of presence. Awareness deepens the breath. The breath calms the body. The calm body stabilizes awareness. And this cycle builds coherence. Carl Jung once wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Your breath and your focus are the simplest and most direct ways to bring unconscious patterns into conscious control. You are literally moving from being a passenger in your nervous system to becoming its pilot. When I speak of activating neural focus, I'm speaking of rewiring your entire inner operating system to live in a state of calm intensity, a state where you are deeply relaxed, yet razor sharp. This is the natural state of a quantum creator, and it is not reserved for monks or mystics. It is your birthright. The quantum field responds to clear signals, and a scattered mind sends mixed messages, but a coherent mind-heart system is like a laser beam, collapsing waveforms into reality with astonishing precision. Let's talk practical activation. I want you to try this right now as you watch or listen. Sit upright, feet grounded, spine lengthened, shoulders relaxed. Place one hand on your heart, one on your lower abdomen, and gently close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 slow counts, feeling your abdomen rise first, then your chest. Hold for 1 count, then exhale through your mouth for 6 slow counts, softening your jaw and releasing tension from your shoulders. Repeat this for 3 cycles, and notice how quickly your entire nervous system begins to shift. Now bring your awareness to a single point, the feeling of your breath moving at the tip of your nose, or the rise and fall of your abdomen under your hand. Keep your attention there like a gentle anchor. If thoughts arise, acknowledge them, and gently return to your breath. This simple practice is training your brain to stabilize in the present moment, and with consistent repetition, you will begin to notice that focus no longer feels like a fight. It feels like your natural state. Neuroscience has shown that even 10 minutes a day of intentional breathwork and focused attention can increase gray matter density in the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning, and reduce the size of the amygdala, the fear center. What does this mean spiritually? It means you are literally evolving your nervous system to align with your higher self. This is how you collapse time and step into the person you were always meant to become. As Einstein reminded us, no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. This practice elevates your consciousness by changing your biology first, which then opens access to higher intelligence and intuition. In the quantum model, consciousness does not emerge from the brain. The brain tunes into consciousness like a receiver. When your brain and body are incoherent, your signal is acid. When your brain and body are coherent, your signal is pure. This is why I say focus is not a skill to achieve. It is a frequency to embody. Over time, as you practice this, you will notice that your breath becomes your reset button. In moments of stress, instead of spiraling into reaction, you'll know exactly how to pause, breathe, and return to clarity. In moments of opportunity, you'll feel grounded and sharp enough to seize them. Your breath is your gateway to mastery, and mastery of focus is mastery of reality. You are not simply calming yourself down. You are rewriting neural pathways, shifting your electromagnetic field, and activating your creative potential at a quantum level. I've witnessed people heal chronic anxiety, unlock massive creativity, and even reverse physical symptoms simply by committing to intentional breathing and focused awareness. It is not dramatic to say this practice can transform your life, because transformation begins with your inner state, and your breath is the fastest way to shift that state. The beauty of this is its simplicity. You don't need advanced technology, you don't need to be spiritually gifted, and you don't need years of meditation training. You need a willingness to pause, breathe, and choose presence over autopilot, and with each breath, you are reclaiming power over your reality. So here's my invitation to you. For the next 7 days, practice this intentional breathing for 10 minutes every morning before you begin your day. Create a sacred space for it, even if it's just a quiet corner. Make it a non-negotiable ritual. Notice how your energy, focus, and emotional stability begin to shift. Then, throughout your day, whenever you feel scattered, anxious, or disconnected, stop what you are doing. Place your hand on your heart, and take 3 deep, slow breaths, exactly as I've described. Feel yourself come back online, present and powerful. This is how you train your mind and body to work for you instead of against you. You are not a victim of your biology. You are the architect of it, and the doorway to that architecture is your breath. Every inhale is a choice to align. Every exhale is a release of what no longer serves you, and every moment of awareness is a declaration that you are no longer living unconsciously. Focus is not a fleeting state. It is a skill, a frequency, and a way of being. Claim it. Breathe into it. Live it. And as you walk away from this moment, I want you to carry one truth with you. You are not here to survive this life. You are here to create it, and it begins with this breath, this moment, and this choice to focus your energy, like the quantum creator you are. Number 2. Build cellular coherence using daily gratitude and hydration alignment. Your body is not just a collection of organs, cells, and tissues. It is a dynamic, intelligent system that is constantly listening to your thoughts, your emotions, and the signals you send it every day. The way you think, feel, and even drink water has a measurable effect on the energy you radiate and the reality you experience. When we talk about building cellular coherence, we are talking about creating harmony between your mind, your heart, and your physical structure, so that your entire being operates like a finely tuned instrument. Cellular coherence is not an abstract idea. It is a measurable state where the electromagnetic field of your heart and brain synchronizes, creating stability in your nervous system and efficiency in your biological processes. Bruce Lipton have shown that your beliefs and emotional state can directly impact gene expression, and your cells are constantly responding to your inner environment. Every thought and every feeling creates a cascade of chemical signals, and your cells are like receivers, translating those signals into action. This is why gratitude and hydration alignment are two of the most powerful and overlooked tools for rewiring your biology and shifting your reality. Gratitude is not just a nice idea or a moral virtue. It is a neurological and biochemical switch that elevates your frequency instantly. Research from neuroscience has proven that feelings of appreciation activate the parasympathetic nervous system, slow down brainwave activity, and stimulate the release of dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that promote healing, focus, and resilience. Gratitude reorganizes your perception, moving your mind out of fear and survival into possibility and abundance. When you practice gratitude daily, you are literally teaching your brain to notice opportunities and coherence rather than threats and chaos. I want you to imagine what happens when you wake up and immediately start your day by appreciating the simplest elements of your existence: the breath in your lungs, the strength of your body, the opportunities before you. This act is not spiritual fluff. It is neuro-reprogramming. You are priming your nervous system to fire circuits of safety, expansion, and creativity instead of circuits of stress and limitation. The moment you shift your internal dialogue, your heart rate variability improves, your electromagnetic field strengthens, and your cells begin to vibrate with a higher level of coherence. This is not metaphysical theory. It is quantum biology in action. Now let's talk about hydration. Because water is far more than a physical necessity. It is a conductor of energy and information. Your body is over 70% water, and your brain and heart are even higher in water content. This means that every thought and feeling you have is being transmitted through a medium of water molecules that respond to your consciousness. The groundbreaking work of Dr. Masaru Emoto demonstrated that water's molecular structure changes in response to human intention, words, and emotion. While some may debate the science, the principle is clear. Water is a living element, and your relationship with it has profound implications for your well-being. When you drink water with conscious intention, gratitude, and presence, you are not just hydrating your cells, you are programming them. Hydration alignment is about more than just drinking enough water. It is about how you interact with it. Most people rush through hydration unconsciously, consuming water while stressed or distracted, which carries that energy into their system. Instead, imagine holding a glass of water, breathing deeply, and setting an intention for clarity, healing, or vitality before drinking. That water becomes a carrier of your consciousness, a vehicle for coherence that reaches every cell in your body. As Albert Szent-Györgyi, the Nobel Prize-winning physiologist, once said, "Water is life's matter and matrix, mother and medium." This understanding elevates something as simple as hydration into a spiritual and scientific practice of alignment. When you combine gratitude and hydration with daily intention, you create a powerful synergy that transforms your cellular state. Gratitude shifts your emotional frequency and raises your electromagnetic signature, while hydration provides the medium for that frequency to circulate and harmonize throughout your body. Together they create coherence, a measurable state where your energy field becomes stable and your biology operates at peak efficiency. This is not about perfection. It is about consistency. Your body does not need a grand gesture to heal or transform. It needs a steady signal. Every morning when you wake up and take your first sip of water with a clear intention and a grateful heart, you are sending a signal to your entire system. I am safe. I am supported. I am aligned. That signal ripples through your nervous system, endocrine system, and even your DNA. Over time, your body begins to respond differently to stress. Your mind becomes clearer, and your emotional baseline shifts from reactivity to presence. You start to experience life as if it is unfolding in your favor because your perception has been recalibrated to coherence. Gratitude also rewires your reticular activating system, the part of your brain responsible for filtering information. When you practice gratitude, your brain learns to look for things that confirm your sense of safety, abundance, and support. This is not lustful thinking, it is neuroplasticity at work. As your brain focuses on what is going right, your physiology begins to match that signal, and you naturally become more resilient, creative. This is how gratitude changes your reality. By changing the filter through which you experience life. Hydration amplifies this effect because water is the carrier of electrical charge in your system. Every neural impulse, every heartbeat, and every thought is transmitted through water. If your body is dehydrated, your electrical communication is weakened, and your energy field becomes chaotic. Proper hydration done with intention ensures that your cells communicate with precision, your brain functions optimally, and your energy field remains stable and expansive. This is why I emphasize hydration alignment. It is not about drinking water mindlessly, but creating a daily ritual where hydration becomes a moment of presence, a declaration of self-love, and a tool for quantum alignment. When you approach hydration with intention, you are not just quenching thirst, you are participating in the sacred act of aligning your biology with your consciousness. Imagine the impact if every person on this planet woke up, held a glass of water with gratitude, and infused it with a vision for healing and harmony. The collective field of humanity would shift dramatically because coherence is contagious. When your body enters a state of coherence, your energy field expands, influencing those around you. This is how individual transformation becomes a collective revolution. One person at a time choosing gratitude, choosing intention, and choosing alignment. You are not separate from your environment, you are deeply connected to it. Your thoughts influence your biology, and your biology influences your environment in a constant feedback loop. By building cellular coherence through gratitude and hydration, you are not only changing your personal life, but also contributing to the evolution of consciousness on this planet. This is why I say this work is sacred. It is not just self-care, it is planetary care. As you begin to implement these practices, you will notice subtle shifts first, a calmer nervous system, a clearer mind, and a greater sense of emotional stability. Over time, these shifts compound, creating profound transformation. You will find yourself more present, more receptive to inspiration, and more capable of manifesting your intentions, because your energy field is no longer chaotic, it is coherent, stable, and magnetic. This is the science of manifestation at its core, aligning your biology with your consciousness, so that your entire being sends a clear and powerful signal into the quantum field. And the simplest, most powerful way to begin this process is by practicing gratitude and honoring hydration as sacred rituals. My invitation to you is to turn these practices into a daily ceremony. Begin your mornings by placing your hand over your heart, breathing deeply, and naming 3 things you are truly grateful for, not just intellectually but emotionally. Feel the gratitude in your body, let it expand through your chest, and radiate into your entire field. Then, as you drink your first glass of water, take a moment to speak an intention over it. Say to yourself, "This water carries vitality, clarity, and alignment to every cell in my body." Drink slowly, consciously, and feel it integrating into your system. Repeat this throughout your day, and notice how your state begins to shift. These are not small actions, they are quantum activations, because they change the frequency of your energy field. Every time you choose gratitude and hydration alignment, you are training your body and mind to operate at a higher level of intelligence and harmony. And when your inner world becomes coherent, your outer world cannot help but reflect that. This is the power you hold, the ability to create cellular harmony through intentional choices, to elevate your consciousness through simple yet profound daily practices, and to embody the truth that your body is not separate from your spirit, but a direct reflection of. Gratitude is your key, hydration is your medium, and coherence is your natural state. This is not a practice for some distant future, it is a choice for this moment, right now. The moment you finish this, pause, breathe, and Number 3. Unlock emotional regulation through targeted brain rewiring visualization exercises. Your emotional state is not random, and it is not something that controls you from the outside. It is a highly trainable, deeply programmable system that reflects the patterns your brain has wired over years of experiences, memories, and perceptions. Emotional regulation is one of the most profound skills you can develop if you want to transform your life, because emotions dictate the energy you radiate, the decisions you make, and the level of clarity you bring to every interaction. Emotions are signals, not obstacles. They are messengers from your subconscious mind, and when you understand how to regulate and reprogram them through visualization and intentional brain rewiring practices, You become a conscious architect of your internal reality rather than a passive reactor to it. Neuroscience has made it clear that your brain is not fixed. Neuroplasticity means your neural pathways are constantly being shaped by what you focus on and repeat. If your nervous system has learned to associate certain situations with fear, anxiety, or anger, those emotions are not evidence of your true self. They are evidence of old conditioning. When you intentionally visualize new emotional patterns and reinforce them, you are literally building new neural connections and weakening old ones. This is not imagination for imagination's sake. This is rewiring at a cellular and synaptic level. Visualization has been shown to activate the same neural circuits as actual physical experiences, meaning your brain and body respond to imagined events as though they were real. If you close your eyes and picture yourself in a moment of deep calm, confidence, and empowerment, and you repeat this with intensity and consistency, your brain begins to encode that emotional state as familiar. This is how you transform emotional reactivity into emotional mastery. Your emotions are deeply tied to your autonomic nervous system, which regulates your heartbeat, breathing, and hormonal responses. When you experience strong emotions, your body releases chemicals like cortisol, adrenaline, or oxytocin, depending on whether the emotion is fear-based or love-based. By consciously guiding your mind into states of gratitude, peace, and empowerment through visualization, you are reducing the secretion of stress hormones and increasing the presence of chemicals that promote healing, creativity, and resilience. This is not a superficial practice. This is the foundation of emotional intelligence at the deepest level. Visualization works best when you involve all your senses and engage your body as well as your mind. When you close your eyes and imagine a new emotional state, don't just see it, feel it in your body. Hear the sounds around you, smell the air of that imagined scene. This level of sensory engagement signals to your brain that this is a real experience, strengthening the neural circuits associated with it. Over time, the old patterns of emotional chaos become weaker, and your new patterns of emotional regulation become automatic. As Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. This work is about bringing those unconscious emotional patterns into the light, rewriting them, and choosing who you want to be in every moment. Emotional regulation is not suppression, it is mastery. Suppression pushes emotions deeper into your subconscious, where they influence you from the shadows. Mastery means feeling emotions fully, honoring them, and then guiding them into alignment with your higher vision. Visualization exercises allow you to create a safe and controlled environment, where you can meet those emotions, rewrite the narrative around them, and embed new emotional responses into your nervous system. Let's look at this from a quantum perspective. Your emotional frequency determines the signal you broadcast into the field of infinite possibilities. When you are in a state of fear or anger, your energy contracts, and you attract experiences that resonate with that frequency. When you are in a state of love, gratitude, and calm, your energy expands, and you align with opportunities, people, and experiences that match those higher frequencies. By learning to regulate your emotions consciously, you are shifting your entire vibrational signature. Your brain is like an antenna tuning into different frequencies of reality. And emotional mastery gives you control over the channel you are tuned to. This is why visualization is so powerful. It's not just a mental exercise, it's a vibrational calibration. From a physiological perspective, visualization strengthens communication between the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and executive control, and the limbic system, which governs your emotional responses. Most people live with an overactive limbic system, meaning their emotions control their decision. By practicing daily visualization, you strengthen your prefrontal cortex's ability to regulate your emotional responses, creating a sense of stability and resilience no matter what is happening around you. Imagine walking into a situation that used to trigger stress or fear, but instead of reacting, you feel calm, clear, and capable. This is not a fantasy. This is what happens when you rewire your brain to respond differently. The practice begins by intentionally evoking an emotional state you want to embody. Even if it feels unfamiliar, close your eyes, slow your breath, and imagine yourself in a moment where you are fully in control, deeply at peace, and radiating confidence. Feel it as if it is happening now. Repeat this every day, and over time your brain will begin to adopt this state as its default. Emotional mastery is a choice you make repeatedly until it becomes automatic. Epigenetics has shown us that your emotional state also influences gene expression. When you live in a constant state of stress, your body shifts into survival mode, downregulating growth and repair genes while upregulating stress response genes. This is why chronic emotional dysregulation leads to illness and burnout. On the other hand, when you consistently regulate your emotions, your body enters a state of homeostasis and healing, activating genes associated with repair, regeneration, and longevity. Emotional mastery is not just about mental peace. It is a key to physical health and vitality. The mind-body connection is not a theory. It is a measurable reality, and your emotions are the bridge between your inner and outer world. When I teach this practice, I emphasize the importance of repetition and intensity. Neural rewiring is not about one visualization session. It is about creating a consistent habit where your brain is constantly receiving the message of your chosen emotional state. If you visualize yourself calm and empowered once, you may feel temporary relief, but if you do it daily, your brain begins to prune away the neural circuits of fear and replace them with the circuits of calm and confidence. This is how emotional regulation becomes second nature. Another key element is embodiment. Visualization is powerful because it allows your mind to create new emotional realities. But when you pair it with physical sensations and posture, the results multiply. As you visualize yourself confident, sit tall, relax your shoulders, and breathe deeply, your body posture sends signals to your brain, confirming the emotional state you are imagining. This is not pretending. This is training. You are conditioning your body to recognize this emotional state as safe and normal. Over time, your nervous system begins to default to these higher states automatically, even under pressure. This work transforms your entire experience of life. Emotional mastery through visualization is not about escaping reality. It's about creating a new one. When you gain control over your emotional responses, you begin to operate from a place of intentionality rather than reaction. You become the conscious director of your thoughts, your actions, and your energy field. This level of mastery is what separates those who feel at the mercy of life from those who create it. Emotional regulation also deepens your relationships because when you are calm and regulated, you communicate more clearly, listen more deeply, and create harmony in your interaction. People are drawn to your energy because coherence is magnetic. When you master your emotions, you create a safe and stable presence that others naturally trust. This is leadership, and it begins within yourself. From a spiritual perspective, emotional mastery is an invitation to embody your highest self. Emotions are a guidance system, and when you learn to regulate them, you gain access to deeper intuition and connection with the quantum field. You begin to sense possibilities beyond logic, because your nervous system is no longer clouded by stress and survival. This is where creativity flourishes, synchronicities appear, and your manifestations accelerate. All of this is available to you through the consistent practice of visualization and brain rewiring. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are your allies, and when you learn to guide them with precision, they become a source of power rather than chaos. So I invite you to commit to this practice daily. Set aside time each morning to sit quietly, close your eyes, and visualize yourself in the emotional state you want to embody. Do not wait for external circumstances to give you peace or confidence. Create it from within. Repeat this practice until your brain and body accept it as truth. Emotional mastery is not a distant goal. It is a daily choice. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and soon you will notice that situations that once triggered you no longer have the same hold. You will feel grounded, clear, and deeply connected to your inner power. This is the essence of transformation, not controlling life, but mastering your response to it, not seeking peace but becoming it. This is your work, and it is your gateway to freedom. Number 4. Shift energetic state with posture correction and synchronized movement flow. Your energetic state is the lens through which you experience life, and it is constantly influenced by your posture, your movement, and the way energy flows through your body. The truth is, energy is not an abstract concept. It is measurable, tangible, and deeply connected to your nervous system, your musculoskeletal alignment, and your electromagnetic field. Most people live in a body that is physically misaligned, collapsed, or tense, and this posture sends a constant signal to the brain and body that it is under stress or threat. The moment your shoulders round forward, your head tilts down, or your chest collapses, your nervous system interprets this as a defensive position, and your energy contracts. You begin to breathe shallowly, your heart rate increases, and your brain shifts into survival mode. This physical state impacts your emotions, your thoughts, and even your perception of what is possible. Posture is not simply a matter of appearance, it is a direct expression of your consciousness. When you realign your body, you immediately shift your brain chemistry, open your energy channels, and change the electromagnetic signature you broadcast into the quantum field. Studies in neuroscience and physiology have proven that something as simple as standing tall, opening your chest, and engaging your core can elevate testosterone levels, reduce cortisol, and boost confidence and emotional resilience. Your body language is a feedback loop with your mind, meaning the way you hold yourself physically either reinforces your highest self or anchors you to old survival patterns. Movement takes this further because your energy field thrives on flow. Energy stagnates when you sit for long periods or move without intention. But when you practice synchronized movement that is deeply connected to your breath and awareness, you regulate your nervous system, activate your lymphatic system, and create a sense of balance that carries into your mental and emotional states. The body was designed for rhythm. From the beat of your heart to the cycles of your breath, your entire system operates in oscillations, and when you move intentionally, you align yourself with those natural rhythms. This is not just physical fitness, it is quantum alignment. Movement creates coherence in your brain as well. Research has shown that when you move both sides of your body in symmetrical or cross-lateral patterns, such as in yoga, tai chi, or simple walking with intention, you strengthen communication between the hemispheres of your brain. This integration enhances focus, emotional regulation, and creativity. Movement is a doorway into higher states of consciousness, because it engages both your physical and energetic systems simultaneously. This is why ancient spiritual traditions have always emphasized movement practices as part of spiritual development. Whether it is the flowing postures of Qigong, the precise forms of martial arts, or the meditative sequences of yoga, synchronized movement is a universal language of energy activation. From a quantum perspective, your body is not separate from your energy field, it is the anchor point of your field. When your posture is collapsed, your energy field contracts, and when your body is upright, open, and engaged, your field expands. This is measurable through biofield imaging technologies, which show that energy radiates further and more symmetrically when a person is in proper alignment. The position of your spine plays a crucial role because your spine is your primary conduit of energy flow. The nervous system runs through it, and every vertebra acts like an antenna transmitting signals between your brain and body. When your spine is aligned, energy flows freely, and your nervous system operates efficiently. When it is compressed or twisted, energy stagnates, leading to fatigue, brain fog, and emotional instability. Posture correction is therefore not a cosmetic choice, it is a form of neurological optimization. When you adjust your body, you are sending a powerful signal to your subconscious mind: I am safe, I am present, I am strong. Over time, this retrains your entire system to operate from a baseline of empowerment, rather than fear. Movement flow takes this a step further, by training your brain to associate motion with safety and expansion. Many people carry trauma or chronic stress that has wired their nervous system to freeze or collapse under pressure. Synchronized movement breaks these patterns by teaching the body to remain fluid and calm, even during activity. This creates a sense of confidence and resilience, because your body no longer feels trapped or restricted. As Bruce Lee said, be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around, or through it. This wisdom captures the essence of synchronized movement flow, becoming adaptable, powerful, and fluid in both body and mind. When you incorporate conscious movement into your daily life, you begin to notice profound shifts, not just in your energy, but in your mental clarity and emotional stability. Moving with intention oxygenates the brain, stimulates endorphins, and activates brain-derived neurotrophic factor (BDNF), a protein that supports neuroplasticity and the growth of new neural pathways. This means that movement is not just helping your body, it is actively rewiring your brain to operate at higher levels of intelligence and adaptability. The integration of posture correction and movement flow creates a feedback loop of coherence. When you stand tall and move gracefully, your nervous system receives constant confirmation of stability and power. This shifts your brain waves into a more balanced rhythm, often reducing overactive beta waves associated with anxiety and increasing alpha and theta waves linked to creativity and calm focus. This is why practices like Tai Chi and yoga are so transformative. They are not merely stretching exercises, but precise systems for rewiring your nervous system and elevating your consciousness through synchronized breath and movement. From an epigenetic perspective, your posture and movement patterns also influence your genetic expression. Stress-related genes are often activated by physical tension and chronic immobility, while genes that promote longevity and repair are activated by movement and relaxation. By consistently correcting your posture and moving with intention, you are literally changing the messages your body sends to your DNA. Over time, this can have profound effects on your health, vitality, and emotional well-being. This is the embodiment of quantum philosophy. Your thoughts, emotions, and physical actions are inseparable, and every choice you make with your body influences your energy field and your life trajectory. Energy is also influenced by rhythm. When you synchronize your breath with your movements, you create a state of coherence in your heart and brain, which radiates outward as electromagnetic harmony. People can feel this when you walk into a room. They may not consciously understand why, but they feel your presence as calming, confident, and grounded. This is the power of an aligned posture and a coherent energy field. The way you carry yourself communicates volumes to the world, and it also communicates directly to your subconscious mind. Every time you correct your posture, you are reprogramming your nervous system to expect strength and balance. Every time you move with intention, you are teaching your brain that life is flow rather than resistance. Over time, this practice creates a level of embodied confidence that no amount of external affirmation can provide. One of the most practical ways to integrate this wisdom is to develop micro moments of alignment throughout your day. Every time you sit, stand, or walk, pause for a moment to lengthen your spine. Roll your shoulders back and feel your breath move fully through your body. This takes only seconds, yet each time you do it, you are training your body to associate this posture with safety and empowerment. Over time, these small adjustments compound into lasting neurological change. Movement can be simple, but deeply powerful. Even just 5 minutes a day of intentional stretching, gentle flow exercises, or mindful walking can reset your entire energy field. This is because movement is not only physical, it is energetic. When you move with awareness, you are literally shifting energy through your meridians, your fascia, and your electromagnetic field. This is why energy healers often emphasize movement. It prevents stagnation and promotes vitality. Posture correction and movement flow also enhance emotional regulation. Emotions are not just mental experiences, they are stored in your body. When you adopt a collapsed posture, you unconsciously reinforce feelings of helplessness or defeat. When you stand tall, open your chest, and move fluidly, you are signaling to your brain and body that you are capable, confident, and ready. This physical state alters your emotional baseline because your nervous system is wired to respond to your body's positioning. If you want to experience a new level of clarity, strength, and vibrational alignment, start with your posture and your movement. These are the foundations of your energy field, and they are within your control. While you may not be able to control external circumstances, you can always choose how you hold and move your body, and that choice ripples into your mind, your emotions, and your energetic state. This is a deeply empowering realization because it means transformation is available in every moment, not just during meditation or spiritual practice, but in the way you walk down the street, sit at your desk, or breathe in your car. Conscious movement is living meditation. Posture is a declaration of who you are becoming. The body and the mind are not separate systems. They are one continuous field of intelligence, and by bringing your awareness to this field, you unlock a new level of self-mastery. This is why so many great teachers emphasize embodiment. Wisdom is not truly integrated until it is expressed in the body. As you integrate posture correction and synchronized movement into your life, you will notice that your energy stabilizes, your focus sharpens, and your presence deepens. You will feel grounded yet expansive, powerful yet fluid. This is the natural state of a coherent human being, aligned with their true essence and radiating that alignment outward into the world. Your body is your first tool of transformation, and when you learn to use it with precision and care, you unlock a level of consciousness that goes beyond thought and into embodiment. You become a living transmission of coherence, a lighthouse of stability in a chaotic world. That is the power you hold in this very moment, and it begins with the simple choice to adjust your posture, breathe deeply, and move with intention. This is not about perfection, it is about presence. Every breath, every step, every adjustment is an act of alignment. In time, this becomes effortless, because your nervous system adapts, your energy field strengthens, and your body learns to express your highest state naturally. That is the beauty of neuroplasticity and energy work combined. The more you choose alignment, the more it chooses you back. You are training your body to hold higher frequencies, and with every movement, you are sculpting a new version of yourself, one that radiates coherence, strength, and clarity into the quantum field. Number 5. Integrate quantum clarity by setting measurable goals with timed review. Clarity is not just a mental state, it is an energetic signature that determines the quality of the reality you create. Most people drift through their days with scattered focus, reacting to external circumstances rather than shaping them intentionally. Yet when you activate neural focus through breath and awareness, and combine it with the discipline of setting measurable goals and reviewing your progress, you rewire your brain for precision, coherence, and quantum-level manifestation. Breath is the most immediate tool you have to access clarity because it influences every system in your body. When you slow your breathing and anchor awareness to its rhythm, you regulate the autonomic nervous system, shifting from a state of stress to a state of balance. This creates the optimal environment for your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive function, decision-making, and planning, to operate at its peak. In this state, your mind becomes a laser, cutting through distractions and accessing higher levels of perception. You are no longer simply processing information. You are aligning with the intelligence of the quantum field, where all possibilities exist. Setting measurable goals is not about confining your potential. It is about creating a clear signal for your subconscious mind and the energy field around you. The brain thrives on specificity. Neuroscience has shown that when you set a specific intention, your reticular activating system, the network of neurons in your brainstem responsible for filtering information, begins scanning your environment for anything that matches your desired outcome. It is as though your mind programs a search engine, and the world begins revealing opportunities and pathways you previously could not see. When your goals are vague, your brain does not know what to look for, and your energy field becomes diffuse. But when you define your desired outcomes with precision, you focus your energy into a coherent beam that reshapes reality. This is not merely psychological, it is quantum. Your thoughts, when repeated with clarity and emotional resonance, create measurable electromagnetic waves. Those waves influence matter and open pathways of synchronicity. However, goals without review are like seeds without sunlight. Timed review anchors your intentions in your consciousness and creates feedback loops that accelerate your progress. This is because the act of reviewing your goals activates neuroplasticity. Each time you revisit and reflect on your progress, you strengthen neural pathways associated with your desired outcome. Your brain begins to treat your vision as familiar reality rather than a distant dream. And as familiarity grows, resistance fades. You begin to act with more confidence and precision, because your nervous system has been trained to see success as inevitable. The process of review is also a moment of quantum recalibration. If your actions are not aligned with your goals, review provides the clarity needed to course correct. It is not failure, it is feedback. From a quantum perspective, every misstep is simply data to refine your energetic frequency. The more often you review, the faster you align, and this creates a momentum that builds exponentially over time. This level of intentional living requires awareness, and awareness is a muscle that strengthens with daily practice. Breath is your anchor in this process. When you commit to intentional breathing, slow, rhythmic inhales and exhales, you are not only calming your nervous system, you are synchronizing your heart and brain. This state of heart-brain coherence has been measured through studies in neurocardiology and psychophysiology, revealing that when your heart and brain rhythms are in harmony, your entire system becomes more efficient. Creativity expands, intuition sharpens, and your electromagnetic field becomes more stable and powerful. This is why breath practice is foundational. Without it, your goals may be mentally clear, but energetically scattered. With it, every thought, word, and action becomes infused with coherence. When you combine this deep awareness with goal setting, you are doing more than organizing your life. You are reprogramming your subconscious mind. Most people underestimate the power of repetition and review, yet these are the very tools the brain uses to determine what is important. If you review your goals daily, your subconscious begins filtering every experience through the lens of that vision. You will begin to see connections and opportunities that others miss because your brain has been primed to seek them out. This is neuroplasticity in action. Your brain rewires itself to match the reality you focus on most consistently. Epigenetics takes this further, showing us that your mental and emotional focus influences which genes express themselves. By cultivating clarity, you are not only training your brain, you are programming your biology to operate in alignment with your vision. There is a profound spiritual dimension to this practice as well. The quantum field is not random. It is responsive to consciousness. When you focus your attention and energy on a clear intention, you are sending a signal into the field, and that signal begins to collapse infinite potentialities into physical form. This is the science behind manifestation, stripped of mysticism and grounded in physics. Matter is energy slowed down into form, and consciousness is the force that determines which forms emerge. By breathing with awareness, you anchor your consciousness in the present moment. By setting measurable goals, you direct that consciousness toward a specific future reality. By reviewing your progress, you continuously refine your alignment with that reality. Over time, this creates a state of certainty so strong that manifestation becomes natural. Albert Einstein once said, If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This wisdom is the foundation of quantum clarity. Your goals are not simply ideas, they are frequency. Every time you visualize your desired reality, breathe into that vision, and take aligned action, you are tuning your entire system to that frequency. This is why clarity is so powerful. It is not just a mental exercise. It is an energetic recalibration. Without clarity, your energy is dispersed. With clarity, your energy is concentrated, and concentrated energy creates transformation. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a single day, and underestimate what they can achieve in a year of focused intention. This is why setting measurable goals and scheduling regular review is essential. It prevents overwhelm and creates momentum. When you set goals in alignment with your deepest values and review them daily, you are no longer reacting to life. You are designing it. You are stepping into the role of conscious creator, where each breath becomes a bridge between your present and your future. Breath practice itself is a goal worth mastering, because it trains your mind to be present, and presence is the foundation of all transformation. The more present you are, the more power you have to choose your thoughts and actions deliberately. Timed breathing exercises, such as inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 6, are simple yet profound ways to train your nervous system for balance and clarity. Over time, this practice becomes automatic, and you carry that coherence into every area of your life. Your breath becomes your anchor, your review system becomes your compass, and your goals become the map you follow with confidence. Clarity is magnetic. When you embody it, people, opportunities, and resources naturally gravitate toward you, because your energy is stable and your intentions are unmistakable. This is the hidden power of quantum clarity. It not only shapes your inner state, but also influences the external world. In quantum physics, this is referred to as entanglement, the idea that everything is connected at a fundamental level. When you are clear and coherent, your energy field influences the field around you, creating synchronicities that align with your vision. What others perceive as luck is simply resonance. There is also a profound psychological benefit to this practice. Goal setting and review create a sense of progress, and progress generates dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation and reward. This neurochemical reinforcement makes it easier to stay consistent, because your brain begins to associate your goals with pleasure and accomplishment. Breath and awareness amplify this effect by reducing stress hormones, allowing you to approach challenges with calm focus rather than anxiety. This creates a virtuous cycle. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, and the easier it becomes, the more powerful your result. When you integrate these practices, intentional breath, steady awareness, measurable goals, and timed review, you are not simply becoming more productive. You are evolving into a higher version of yourself. You are shifting from unconscious reactivity to conscious creation, from scattered energy to focused power. Each breath is a choice to align with your highest vision. Each review is a recalibration of your energetic field. Each goal is a declaration of your intention to live deliberately. Over time, these practices transform your identity. You begin to see yourself not as someone who is trying to achieve a dream, but as someone who is embodying that dream in every moment. The beauty of this approach is that it works across all levels of your being: physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. It is not just self-help, it is self-mastery. You are using neuroscience to rewire your brain, epigenetics to influence your biology, and quantum principles to shape reality itself. When you live with this level of clarity, you become unstoppable, because you are not dependent on motivation or willpower. You are operating from alignment. Alignment is effortless power. This is the invitation. Take ownership of your breath, your awareness, and your goals. Commit to reviewing your progress, not as a measure of success or failure, but as a way to refine your energy. Let clarity become your natural state, and watch as your life reorganizes itself to match your vibration. In this space, manifestation is no longer a mystical concept, but a predictable outcome of conscious living. You are not waiting for the future. You are creating it, breath by breath, choice by choice, review by review. And in this process, you will discover a truth that transcends all doubt. You are the architect of your reality, and the blueprint is written in the language of energy, focus, and intention.